Super Bowl 46 now in the history books. The New York Giants walk off with the Lombardi Trophy, and that's causing some problems on the UMass campus. Plus, a deadly explosion brings more devastation to a missing persons case. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts right now.
From Western Massachusetts news leader, this is ABC 40 11 at 11 in high definition.
Super Bowl 46 is now history. The New York Giants are now Super Bowl champions. Good evening, I'm Trisha Taskey. It was a close, nail-biting game right down to the very last second. The final score, 21-17. ABC 40's Mike Leslie was there for the game, and he's got the latest from Indy.
Well, it was the rematch that Patriots fans wanted, but it didn't exactly go the way Pats fans wanted it to go. The New York Giants, Super Bowl champions here in Indianapolis. They take Super Bowl 46, 21-17. Tom Brady played fantastic. So did Eli Manning. And the Hail Mary from Tom Brady as time expired when begging as Rob Gronkowski dived, but did not make the catch as time expired. So the New York Giants, Super Bowl champions here in Indianapolis, will have an awful lot more over the course of the remainder of tonight as well as into tomorrow. But for now, that's all from Indianapolis. I'm Mike Leslie, ABC 40.
And the outcome of the game is causing some problems at UMass, where students are apparently rioting on campus. ABC 40's Brendan Monahan is live in Amherst with more on that. Brendan.
Good evening, Tricia. That's right. Yeah, things have quieted down just a little bit here at UMass. Take a look behind me. This is the southwest residential area here at UMass. And when the game ended at 9:55, officials estimate that about 1,500 students came pouring out of their dorm rooms. They came down. They were climbing on trees, on top of buildings. UMass police officers moved in with tactical gear, riot gear. Take a look at some video we shot earlier. It was quite the scene here earlier. They used what they call flash bombs, very loud bangs, to try and scare some students away. And in some regards, it worked. Many students pushed back. They used mounted officers on horses to push them back as far as they could. We saw multiple students get arrested. The official count, we're told by a UMass spokesperson at this point, is 5 students have been arrested for failure to disperse and similar charges associated with rioting. We have seen a few students since that number came out be arrested as well here on campus. Now, coming back out live, I'm joined by one of the students here at UMass, Scott, and we're not going to incriminate you, Scott, by saying you were rioting, but you were here to see it all.
I was observing.
So tell us, man, you're a freshman here.
Yeah,
I mean, it was pretty crazy.
I mean, to say the least, I live up in Central, which is quite the far walk, but the game ended and we hopped in our car and cruised down here, and there was already quite the group of people going on.
Describe the scene for us.
I mean, everybody's pretty energetic. We're upset the Giants won because it sucks, but everybody was just down here, and, you know, they were jumping and moshing and everything, and then there were fireworks that were going off and beers that were getting thrown, and my friend got hit in the head, which was kind of funny. And then it was just ridiculous. All of a sudden, the police start coming out, and they've got their scary riot gear on, and they're like hitting their shields or whatever, and they start pushing us back. So we all go, and then we're like hiding behind cars, and they have paintball guns, so we weren't expecting that, and they start hitting people. And then after the paintball guns, they bring the dogs out, which aren't very cute, and then they keep pushing you back on that, and it just got kind of out of hand pretty quick.
Excellent. Scott, thanks so much. That's a first-hand account there from Scott as to what went on here at Tricia. It was a pretty chaotic scene. There was one more pushback from students moments ago, but that was quickly quelled as well. So it's quieting down now. I'm not sure how many students will be in class tomorrow because it's pretty ruckus in the dorms, but outside it's quieted down. And we'll have more coming up, of course, on ABC 40 News this morning, tomorrow morning. Trish, back to you.
Yes, all right, Brendan, thank you for that report. A tragic ending to a story that's grabbed national headlines for years. The Utah man suspected in the disappearance of his wife in 2009 is dead. Police say Josh Powell blew himself up along with his 2 sons. Todd Ant reports.
A social worker had just brought the 2 boys to Josh Powell's home for a supervised visit. But after letting the boys in, Powell is said to have blocked the social worker from entering. The social worker said she smelled gas and called her supervisors. But before help could arrive, the house exploded. Josh Powell and his 2 sons perished in the blast. Just last Thursday, Powell was denied custody of the boys when a judge ruled that they must remain with their maternal grandparents.
We're relieved. We're happy to have them with us. We want the best for the kids.
Last year, Powell's father was arrested for possessing child pornography. Josh Powell was living in his father's home at the time. That's when a judge gave Susan Powell's parents custody of the boys. Susan Powell disappeared from her Utah home in December 2009. Josh Powell claimed he'd taken the boys on a midnight excursion in freezing weather when his 28-year-old wife vanished. In spite of an intensive search, no sign of her has ever been found, and Josh Powell is the only person of interest named in the investigation. Investigators had apparently found sexually oriented images in Josh Powell's home before Thursday's ruling. Based on these images, which Powell's attorney said were in bad taste but not illegal, the judge ordered Powell to undergo a psychosexual evaluation. Before the explosion, Powell emailed his attorney saying, "I'm sorry, goodbye."
And that was Todd Ant reporting. Closer to home now, a tragic accident in Franklin County where a logger was found dead. Police tell us the man was out cutting firewood in the woods this afternoon on Old Vernon Road off of Route 142 in Northfield. When he didn't come home for lunch, his son went looking for him and found him dead. Investigators say they don't know the exact cause of death, but they say it appears to be a head injury. A call from Bay State bishops for Catholics to protest a new law on birth control. The law requires church-affiliated employers to cover the cost of birth control, conflicting with the church's beliefs. ABC 40's Chantel McCabe was at one Mass today where the bishop read that letter from the pulpit.
A letter from Bishop Timothy A. McDonald calls the recent mandate unfair. The letter was sent to each Catholic church urging followers to speak out and challenge the government.
I think anybody who is at all religious is going to be against that.
I just don't think the government should tell the church what to do.
Okay.
Bottom line.
Many parishes chose not to read the letter. Instead, they posted it in their bulletin. But here at St. Patrick's, it began and highlighted today's Mass.
We cannot and we will not comply with this unjust law. People of faith cannot be made second-class citizens.
Many people at Sunday's Mass expressed their concern. They feel this is an infringement on their religion and plan to do whatever they can to change this.
They're going to react to that, and they should, because if they don't, the government will do whatever they want. So we should speak up for our rights. So we'll write to the senator and see what we can do if everybody does that.
Well, my hope is that Catholics will respond to this letter and fight for religious freedom in this country.
But not all churchgoers felt comfortable sitting through this Mass. Some people actually got up and left.
I saw a couple of people from being back here. A couple of people walked out when they started reading it. So it's individual choice. But I agree with the letter.
Deacon Kozak says he expects many from his parish to stand up for this issue. In Springfield, Chantel McCabe, ABC 40.
The Obama administration has given employers 1 year to comply with the new requirement. Some say the move could hurt President Obama in the November election. Brianna Keeler has that part of the story.
While many Catholics do not oppose the use of contraception, church leaders like Cardinal Donald Wuerl of the Archdiocese of Washington say this is an issue of religious freedom.
We've never experienced this in the history of our country before. This is a violation of the basic rights of conscience and religious liberty. So you need to know that, and you need to begin to speak up.
That argument may be working. Steve Schneck is a professor at Catholic University and has advised the Obama administration in the past. He calls the contraception decision a political misstep.
I'm seeing in the pews what's something waking up, maybe a little bit of a sense of Catholic solidarity that I think could very well, carry over into their political activities.
There are 70 million Catholics in the U.S. 54% of those who voted in 2008 went for President Obama, an important majority when you consider where many of them live.
They're located in places like Ohio and Pennsylvania and Colorado and Florida, which are, of course, critical states for whoever wants to become president of the United States. So that Catholic vote really matters.
In 2009, with a speech at the University of Notre Dame, President Obama extended an olive branch to Catholics.
Maybe we won't agree on abortion, but we can still agree that this heart-wrenching decision for any woman is not made casually. It has both moral and spiritual dimensions. So let us work together. Let's honor the conscience of those who disagree with abortion and draft a sensible conscience clause.
But now the goodwill the president accumulated may be in jeopardy, Schneck says, especially for the way the Obama administration rolled out the new policy. 3 days before tens of thousands of protesters, many of them Catholic, came to Washington for the annual March for Life on the anniversary of the Supreme Court decision of Roe v. Wade.
there's nothing like having a sense of opposition to you to rally the troops, and I suspect that's going to happen here.
That was Brianna Keeler reporting. Switching gears now, we're looking at a little warm-up in the weather department, but it's cold out there for now. Rick Slubin, things are going to be changing, right?
Yeah, in a big way tomorrow, Trish. Big warm-up from today's highs in the 30s to near 50 degrees for your Monday. Another quiet winter weekend in the books. And we had temperatures today again in the 30s. We're in the 20s now. 21 in Belchertown, 20 degrees in Greenfield, and 22 in Westfield. Got down into the mid-teens earlier this morning, if you were up that early. And we're going to have a similar feel tomorrow morning, a mid-teen start as we head into early Monday. And you can see we're generally clear above. A few scattered clouds will mix in late tonight. You can see a weak weather system in northern New England is going to spill a few clouds our way as we head into the pre-dawn hours. Most, if not all, of those clouds will be gone by sunrise, which is just before 7 a.m., as you can see. And temperatures in the mid-teens at 5 a.m. Near 20, though, at 8 a.m. And boy, do they bounce during the day tomorrow. We're going to see high temperatures up near 50. 50 for highs on Monday. We'll talk about that in the rest of the week in just a few minutes. Trish, back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. A steady climb in the stock market. This isn't an all-time high, but numbers are back to where they were before the 2008 recession. Back in 2000, the overall market was higher than it is now. But Springfield College professor Mark Howard tells us this news is making people optimistic about jobs and spending.
It's important for people who have money in the stock market, who've seen their assets appreciate in value. They feel wealthier, so they're more likely to spend, and that'll be good for the economy. It gives people confidence as a whole. When we see the stock market going up in general, it's a sign that things are getting better.
Professor Howard says because of this recent climb, Obama might see more support for the presidential election. And speaking of Vote 2012, a landslide victory for Mitt Romney in Nevada, but still Newt Gingrich, Rick Santorum, and Ron Paul aren't backing down on that GOP nomination. They're looking to what's next. Barbara Hall has more.
Just as in 2008, former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney wins the Nevada caucuses. The momentum allowed Romney to once again focus his jabs at President Obama.
This week he's been trying to take a bow for 8.3% unemployment. Not so fast, Mr. President.
Not so fast, partner, is also the message from the cowboy in the bolo tie. Despite low poll numbers since winning the Iowa caucuses, former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum says he's still in the fight. On Sunday, he said Romney's perceived strength from being a business leader is anything but.
The President of the United States, executes the laws and tries to motivate the American public to make changes that are necessary. It's not necessarily a CEO type of position.
Former House Speaker Newt Gingrich finished well behind Romney in Nevada and says he's not quitting the race. But
I believe that President Obama is such a direct threat to the future of this country that I will support the Republican nominee because I think the re-election of President Obama is a disaster.
Finally, Texas Congressman Ron Paul also says he's staying on the trail, but as the only candidate without a state win, he was asked when victory will come.
It's hard to say exactly when, but we have 3 or 4 caucus states that we believe our numbers are doing pretty good.
On Tuesday, Colorado and Minnesota hold their caucuses, and Missouri has a non-binding primary. The big equalizer coming in March, Super Tuesday, with its 10-state contest and 437 delegate haul. I'm Barbara Hall reporting.
Hi there, meteorologist Rick Slubin here looking at our Springfield sky cam. It's clear and cold out there, problem-free as we head into your Monday morning. Could this winter be any more different than last winter? Well, I'm going to let you know just ahead if we're going to see this winter get any different than it's been. Stay with us.